Mark Bishop Show. Truly like a box of chocolates. You never know who you're going to meet. From business, lifestyle, and fun. Here's Mark.
Well, this year, folks, marks the 90th anniversary of the U.S. Senate Federal Credit Union. And I'm fortunate enough to have the president and CEO share some history with us on this particular episode of this storied organization and its recent achievements. The gentleman concerned is Timothy L. Anderson. We call him Tim. And for some time, he's been with this organization. He can tell us a lot of stuff. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a long time, 90th anniversary. Give us an idea of the history of the USSFCU and when it was created and by whom.
Absolutely, Mark. Thanks again. And the United States Senate Federal Credit Union, we are celebrating 90 years, was founded in 1935, founded by 9 United States Senate employees, including one senator. They pooled their resources together, Mark, $45, $5 a piece. And it was during the height of the Great Depression when financial services was needed. And those 9 United States Senate employees started the United States Senate Federal Credit Union.
Wow. $45, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, October the 8th, 1935. When you think about it, at the height of the Great Depression, that took some guts, I think. It's not known as the United States Senate Federal Credit Union. The organization is celebrating its 90th anniversary, this month, October. What do you think are the most significant changes that have happened over that time?
Yeah, and there have been many, Mark, in 90 years, obviously, but we started in the Russell Building, the Senate Russell Building, right there in D.C., in the Senate campus, as we call it. We've had exponential growth, and we moved our headquarters out to Alexandria, Virginia. But during that time, through our 90 years, we've grown just under $1.6 billion in assets. We have 55,000 members. We're in all 50 states. We're around the world. We serve over 140 groups, including the Senate itself, the Senate community, the Capitol Police, the Architect of the Capitol, the Supreme Court, and the Government Accounting Office. And anyone, Mark, anyone can be a member at the United States Senate Federal Credit Union. I often talk about the importance of credit unions. 142 million members belong to credit unions. That's a big number.
Isn't it ever?
And I guess in the country, we have about over 330 million, but 142 million of them belong to credit unions.
That's amazing. And one of the things you're very, toot your horn about, shall we say, is that the credit union really takes care of its members. And it's been that way since 1935. No doubt it has changed and evolved over the past 90 years. In fact, I think you've just launched its new financial literacy, wellness, and education-focused nonprofit, USSFCU. Gee, it sounds like a battleship, doesn't it? Foundation. So tell us about this mission. It's pretty big, I believe.
And it is. And we started our foundation, Mark, in 2025, this year. We're very proud of the foundation because, as I mentioned, we believe that everyone should have access to financial services. Through our foundation, we're able to provide financial literacy, financial education, and wellness resources. We're community focused. We work with schools and the youth throughout the communities. And just in general, we believe, and we can do this through our foundation, improving the livelihood of those who are most economically challenged. We believe that we can do that, obviously, better than banks. We make that difference because banks are for-profit. We're not for profit. And what we earn, what we make, we actually give it back to our members in terms of lower loan rates, higher deposit rates, lower fees. And so we're just very proud of the foundation and the things that we're able to do there.
Yeah, one of the questions I was going to ask you, it's surprising the amount of people, to be honest with you, that don't realize the difference between a credit union and a bank. Because, you know, the banks have all this money to market with and brand with and all that jazz. But, of course, we suffer on the other end. I mean, what's the biggest thing you could say to me that, Mark, you could take your money out of your bank and bring it into my credit union, and you'll be better off. Tell me why.
And, Mark, it's the model. So that cooperative model versus the for-profit model. I often quote famed economist Milton Friedman, who said, the sole responsibility of a for-profit organization is to pad the pockets of its shareholders. With credit unions, what we do is we take that money that we make and we give back to our members. So I would say to Mark, you can move your money over to a credit union. You're going to get better interest rates on loans, on deposits. You're going to get lower fees. We just did away about a year ago with our non-sufficient fund fee, Mark. That's that fee where if you overdraft in your checking account, banks and credit unions will charge you $35, $40. We don't charge that fee. We believe that, our mission, our goal is to provide affordable financial services and to help you with your services and the financial well-being. So I would say, Mark, move over to a credit union because we do it better than banks and we're going to give you better benefits. And we're looking after your financial well-being, providing those services and products that you need.
So if I was to go online and look up www.ussfcu.org, I would find out where you have branches all across America.
Yeah, if you go onto our website, you'll see our locations. We are mainly in the Washington metropolitan area, but in terms of our digital products and services, anyone across the country can access us. Obviously, with all things digital, as I often refer to, mobile banking, we provide that across the spectrum, and anyone can connect with the United States Senate Federal Credit Union anywhere you are.
There you go. That's where it's going anyway, isn't it? Everything's going to be online. Secure, I hope, my friend, as long as no one can get in and hack you. You know the way it's going. So no doubt you've got your thoughts on that. But let me ask you this, Tim. What achievements, and for that matter, accolades, are you most proud of in your time there?
And I'm proud of a lot of them, but I'll name a few, Mark. It starts with our people, and I talk about our members, but our people serve our members. We think that's a big differentiator, service, right? And you mentioned banks. I mean, banks are great at making money, but when I was there, service wasn't at the forefront. So we do that well, and it starts with our culture and our people. Just recently, the last 2 years, we were named top workplace by the USA Today and the Washington Post.
Wow.
And that's across all industries, not just banks and credit unions, but that's across all industries. And we were awarded top workplace. So I'm very proud of that. Also, just recently, we were listed in Forbes and Fortune magazine. A nice article there that the United States Senate Federal Credit Union is a leading credit union in the D.C. area. We have partnered up with doing some nifty things on the innovation side with Broadcom and NVIDIA, some of the AI things that we're doing there. We were awarded customer service awards. So I'm very proud of that. Proud of our marketing team. We won Trailblazer Award in marketing. So it's our people. It starts there. And why? Our people serve our members, and they do a really good job of doing that. And I'm very proud of that.
It's so pleasing to hear a specific word that today just seems to be non-existent in a lot of cases, and it's called service, And
that's right.
By gee, it sounds absolutely wonderful. I'm going to be doing a little research, I think. So there's a lot of stuff on your site people can go to, as I often say, in their podgies, their pajamas, and a cup of joe, or the herbal tea, whatever turns them on. But there's a lot of info on that site, right, to read about you?
And there is. And they can go right to our website at www.ussfcu.org. We also have social media channels where you can do a search by USSFCU, and even our podcast. You can tune in there, and you can search for our podcast at USSFCU as well.
Well, Tim L. Anderson, Timothy L. Anderson is the correct full name, but I call him Tim. He's had a long history with the USSFCU, serving as the Executive Vice President and Chief Retail Officer before he assumed the role of President and CEO in 2019. Congrats on that. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, Tim.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Really appreciate it, Mark.
You're welcome. Goodbye now.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Join us again for another episode of The Mark Bishop Show. It's a production of Mark Bishop Media.